Hey everyone, Delphi Trading Group here with our weekly market report that we put out for you guys that we do every Tuesday here on YouTube. So we're doing something a little different. We don't normally head into the Delphi room on these these market report videos that we do, but we just need to show you guys what's going on here and what we continue to do, and how the Delphi signal has just been absolutely crushing it, not only with trades but with predicting which way the markets are going to go. It's got over a 93 or 95% hit rate predicting where markets could go just off of what the signals show. Now, what I want to show you guys here is this. Okay, if we go back here to October 30th, okay, we posted this screenshot of the Delphi signal. Okay, now what you want to pay attention to here is that this was taken on October 29th. You could see the date there. Okay, and if you look below, one of the cool things we have on the Delphi signals is we have some metrics here that show us the total buys and sells for the day. Okay, what's bearish or bullish. Okay, and on this day you can see the signal was producing over 92% sell signals, okay, on the 29th. Okay, and why is this important? Well, we'll show you right now why it's important. Okay, here we are with the SPY. We have about 4 minutes left to the close. And if you look below, I'm going to highlight this bearish hammer right there. If you look below, you can see that's October 29th. That's the day that we saw all those sell signals on the Delphi signal. Well, what happened after that day? A complete dump. Okay, so this is very important because now we're starting to see some buy signals, okay, which we'll get to. But we just wanted to show you how powerful the Delphi signal can be, not only with giving us trades, which we had a bonus play last week that absolutely crushed it, which we'll get to, but it also predicts and forecasts which way the markets could go. Okay, so that being said, here we are with the SPY. You can see not only did our forecast from last week hit, but we did a two-part forecast. We said SPY would go up and then reverse back down. And it basically did it. There's no words how perfect that happened. Okay, so we hit a two-part forecast there. And now what are we seeing here? Well, markets are starting to sell off a little bit towards the end of the day. This is, we would consider it a bullish hammer, okay? So bullish hammers at the bottoms like this one here, okay, are bullish, okay? They tend to be reversal candles. So we're not crazy about that wick on top, and we're also not crazy about the volume. But if we look below, the CCI right now is in way oversold conditions. This is our absolute favorite indicator. Stochastic is pretty much at oversold. So we also have NVIDIA earnings coming up, okay, tomorrow after the close. So that could derail a lot of this forecast, so just be very careful. Okay, but we're not going to do a multiple part forecast here just because of the NVIDIA earnings, but because of the volume, okay, we're going to go a little lower here, not a lot, and we may not even go lower, but because of the volume, we're going to go a little lower here on the SPY, and then depending what happens with NVIDIA, we're probably going to get, a higher volume bar, maybe not tomorrow, but the following day, Thursday, off of NVIDIA earnings. But we do think eventually we will see a volume drop in the future. Now, again, we're not sticking to this because of the NVIDIA earnings. We're just kind of showing you guys what we think could happen. And then we think the CCI will pivot, and then that's when we could head higher, back up towards the moving averages. Okay, we don't know if it's going to be down here. We don't know if it's going to be right away, but this is what we're seeing play out here. We do think we have some support here, so we could even go lower, but we think eventually when these things happen, we think we'll bounce higher, so maybe we'll put this one out to the future, okay? Probably not going to get too crazy, but something like that, okay, on the SPY. And now the Qs, Again, we hit our forecast from last week right there. All our targets are hitting as usual. And again, this was a more pronounced hammer, and we're getting a late day sell-off here in the markets. And again, look at the volume going up. So we're not going to do another forecast like the SPY because again, everything here is looking similar. Okay, but for now, because of the volume, we're going to go down just a little bit ahead of the NVIDIA earnings. Okay, nothing too crazy. Maybe back to test these lows here of the day today. But then we'll have to wait and see for a volume drop, a CCI hinge, and then we could bounce. We can either bounce from here, or we could be heading down to 585-ish, which is the bottom of this range. Okay, so that is the cues, and there's the closing bell. That is the cues. IWM, very different look here. Okay, there's our forecast from last week, hit and well exceeded. Okay, all our targets last week just got blown out of the water. But very odd now. We have a green bar at support, volume going up, CCI hinging. Okay, so we can see what happened here. Yesterday we got the volume drop, CCI hinge, and now we're starting to bounce. So again, this is difficult because NVIDIA will affect everything in the markets. But if we were just going strictly off the chart, we would probably be going not a pretty good amount, but we'd say we would go back up towards that resistance up here, okay, on the IWM, okay? Now, again, we'll have to see what NVIDIA does. Okay, let's look at our bonus play from last week on Expedia. And again, just no words from what we're doing here. Absolutely not only crushed this forecast, but this thing just went right down to support here. So congrats to anybody who might have took puts here. For everyone out there on YouTube, this is really important for you guys to like, subscribe our YouTube channel, because we're doing just incredible things here. So if you did take the puts, congratulations. And if you didn't take your profits by now, we don't know what to tell you. Okay, this was just an absolute monster forecast that hit here on Expedia, which again, we got off the Delphi signal. Okay, now let's move to a bonus play this week. We are going to look at Eaton, ETN, and we're going to show you a screenshot of the Delphi signal. Now, again, this was a pretty good hammer up until the close, and it's kind of a borderline hammer spinning top. Okay, but that doesn't matter. Our forecast is going to be contingent on a pivot. A pivot here is going to mean a higher low and a higher high. Okay, that's what it calls a pivot. So something like that. Okay, we would see a pivot. Higher low, higher high. Okay, if we get a pivot from here, we think Eaton could go up off of this support level. Okay, again, look at the volume. Just the last 10 minutes, this volume ended up going higher on the end of the day sell-off. So that is why the hammer now is more like a spinning top. Okay, spinning tops though as well are bullish at bottoms. Okay, so again, CCI starting to hinge, stochastic way oversold down here. We could see our indicators. So again, contingent on the pivot, we would say Eaton is going to go back up maybe to test these lows over here. So we're just going to go up here towards those lows on Eaton. Okay, remember, contingent on a pivot. We would not be buying calls right now. Wait for the pivot in this market. Okay, and again, where did we get this? Let's look at the Delphi signal. Okay, here we have a screenshot of it we took just before the close. And what you're going to notice here, a couple things. Okay, again, this is where we got the Eaton buy signal on here. Okay, it is not here on the list, but it is here on, not visually, but here it is. And how do we know it was on the Delphi signal? Well, the great thing about the Delphi signal is all past signals stay on the charts. So we're getting real time, not only just fact checking this signal, which is just simply incredible. And you can see here what happened on that sell signal, which was a bearish engulfing candle. 2 days later, Eaton just dumped, okay, off of that sell signal there. So you can see how powerful this is. And again, here was the hammer. Again, we took this screenshot before the close, before getting on the call. And we could see what happened to the hammer. Now the hammer because of the sell-off is more of a spinning top. Okay, but regardless, we had the signal there. So this is why we're saying wait for the pivot, and we think we could come back up to that area up here. Okay. The other thing we want to show you though as well, again, this may have changed now at the end of the day, but we can see what happened here. Remember how we showed you in the beginning the sell signals, which forecasted the markets going down? Well, now look at the buy signals, 86%. Okay, 86%. Again, we don't know how this closed, but again, everything is going to be riding on NVIDIA. But as far as charts and technicals goes, we would be expecting a bounce soon. Okay, so that is it for us here. And again, please like, subscribe to the channel. We're showing you why you need to get the word out to other traders. We're doing amazing work here. We're hitting all our targets, all our forecasts. We're even predicting and forecasting which way the indexes might go with our products and our tools here, our Delphi Signal. And we're giving out bonus plays as well. So that's it from us. Have a great week training. Remember NVIDIA earnings tomorrow night. Don't get too crazy with positions. You might want to wait till after that because really it's a coin flip. We really don't know what's going to happen with NVIDIA. So that's it from us here. Again, good luck trading, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.